Yeah.
The Broncos go to Buffalo, defeat the Bills. Russ was 24-29, 193, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 15 of 26, 177, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and a fumble.
Yeah.
The only quarterback that have thrown 10 interceptions in each of the last 4 seasons is one Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Let me take it off.
Okay.
I thought tonight Russell Wilson played probably his best game as a Bronco.
Yes, sir.
24-29. You saw the improvisational skills on full display.
Yeah.
We saw the pirouette out of a sack, loft the ball to the corner of the end zone. Cortland Sutton makes a great catch, drags the toes, touchdown upon review. We saw him almost get sacked, flip the ball to P. Ryan, grab a first down. We see him almost get sacked on the goal line, get the ball, loft the ball to Javonte Williams, touchdown. This is the Russell Wilson that everybody saw for 10 years in Seattle.
Yeah.
And the people in Bronco country was like, okay, where is that Russ? Where is that Russ? Right. I thought he played unbelievable. I didn't like the sack late in the ball game, but he did a great job of holding on to the football. I think that was more of an offensive line. They walked Poirier up into the gap. The running back, P. Ryan, took him. It looked like the offensive line made a rip call. So they're turning the backside end free. Russ has to know that and get rid of that football.
Right.
But the one thing you can't do in that situation, Ocho, is turn the ball over.
Yeah.
He took a blindside hit. He held on to the ball, lived to see another day. Josh Allen is a turnover machine. You remember I keep telling you can't overcome bad quarterback play.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what I think has happened, Ocho. I think that 13 seconds in Kansas City forever changed Josh Allen. And let me tell you why, at least temporarily. Because he plays every game like he has to make every throw. Right. Because in that game, he had to make every throw, and it still wasn't enough.
Right.
So he's still playing that exact same way, and it's costing his team.
Right.
I get the first pick, the one that sailed through Davis' hand. I give that's but right before the half, you can't throw that. You can't make that throw, Ocho. You can't give the ball to the Broncos and let them get a walk-off field goal.
Another thing, which is I mean, the casual fan, maybe the person not actually watching that specific play, the receiver guy, you got to help your quarterback out. You got to help your quarterback out on that deep out, whatever it might have been. You can't be falling back out the route like that.
Yeah.
You can't be falling back out the route and allowing the DB to beat you back to the ball. Again, it's still on Josh Allen, but you got to help your quarterback in that situation. At least knock the ball down.
Yeah.
The magnitude, because if you're able to knock that down, maybe don't get that walk-off field goal, but go ahead and finish your point.
And that situation, and then we see the ball. He's going to hand the ball up to James Cook, and he just fumbles the ball.
Right.
He just fumbles it. I mean, James Cook is like, what happened? He's looking around, but Josh Allen has turned. I mean, he's been that way. I'm not saying he's turned into it because Josh Allen has always been high turnover.
Yeah.
But he could turn the ball. There have been games that he could turn the ball over and overcome that.
Right.
Now they're not good enough to overcome those turnovers.
Yeah.
His defense can't get the ball back for him, and he's turning the ball over. If the Broncos offense would have opened up, think about how many times they started in Buffalo territory and only had 6 points to show for it.
Right. Yeah.
But Josh Allen has to play better. He's playing horrible. He's playing terrible.
I have a question. Is he really playing that horrible right now, or is it just the fact that he's been a turnover machine before in the past, but he's been able to get them back because the defense was playing to a certain extent to where he was able to recover? Similar to that of, we talked about it last night with the Ravens. You talked about Lamar being able to turn the ball over, but they've been able to overcome it because the defense is so goddamn good and Lamar is so goddamn special. They always put themselves in a position to be able to overcome those turnovers.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And so a lot of times, you see, winning masks a lot of things.
Right.
You said it. Josh Allen has always turned the ball over, but we sweep it under the rug if you win.
Right.
Now it gets accentuated because they're losing. And a lot of times we're losing to what we think is lower competition than what they are.
Right.
Because Buffalo probably had the 4th or 5th best odds to get to the Super Bowl. And now we see opening day, 4 turnovers. We see tonight, 4 turnovers. We've seen a reoccurring theme with this team in turning the football over. And a large share of those turnovers are coming at the hands of Josh Allen. I don't care how talented your football team, eventually it will bite you in the butt. You just hope it doesn't bite you in the butt at the most inopportune of times. And tonight, they started off think about it. The first play of the game, what happened? Turnover. Last play right before the half.
Turnover. And that first turnover really set the tone really for the whole game.
Yeah.
It set the tone for the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's frustrating having been on teams that were on offense that we turned the ball over in the defense. Look, Matt Milano going out, Tre'Davious White going out. So now you're already down. Those are 2 of your best defenders. Von Miller, he has that knee brace on. So it's going to take Von some time to be the Von Miller that we remember before he got hurt. It might not even happen this year. It might be next year before he gets back to being the player that we remember. But we also got to remember he's a little older now. I think Von's 33, 34? So he's not the same player coming off that injury. So it's going to take a little longer for him to get back into playing shape and being able to attack the quarterback like we're used to seeing. But Josh Allen, he's got to do a better job protecting the football. Ocho, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell Sean McDermott doing. Why the F would you bring a bomb blitz in that situation? First of all, you expect the guy to kick it. He's already missed a PAT. He's already bobbled a snap, so they missed 2, and he missed a field goal. So you really expect this man to kick a 60, somewhere between 62 and 65-yard field goal? Why would you run that risk? Why would you put your corner sometimes, and I get it, in that situation, what do you expect the DB to do? You let him get a free release because you're playing off because it is a bomb blitz. He's going to eat that cushion up so quick. And so Russ did a great thing. Russ put the ball up there. The DB had his back turned, and guess what he's going to do? Run into the receiver. And the back judge is all he's going to do is throw that little yellow flag on it.
It's coming right out. Listen, I think one of the hardest things is one of the reasons why I always say that playing defensive back is probably the most difficult position to play outside of the quarterback position because the receiver knows where he's going. And then when you're in situations like that, with a game basically on the line, what's the first thing you do when you panic? You see a receiver running, his eyes get
run
big.
Right into him.
You run right. You panic. You panic. One of the most difficult things to do is to remain calm, to remain poised in situations like that, and get your eyes and your head around and get it back on the ball.
Everybody says, "Oh man, all you got to do is turn around." It's easy to say from your couch. But try being on the field and try to get your head around, turn your head around.
Where the game is on the line and it counts, and you got to make a play on the ball. And you don't want to impede or you don't want to interfere with the receiver. Man, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. For one, I'm happy for Russ. And the fact that Russ won the game, I would love for you. I couldn't get you to give Dak his flowers yesterday. I need you to give Russ his flowers.
Did you not hear I opened up? I just said Russ played the best game.
Right.
Since he been at the Broncos.
That wasn't enough for me. I want to say, come on, Broncos country or something.
Would you like a box of these? Kleenex. Look, no. In real talk, and I know people think I've been critical, but I have expectations of Russ.
Right.
Russ was one of the top quarterbacks in all of football, and the Broncos made that trade, gave up what they gave up to get him for that very reason. You think the Broncos, if they thought Russ was going to play like he's played the first year, last year, and a part of this season, you think they'd have gave up what they gave up to get him, Ocho?
Yes, sir, because there's nobody else that could pull off what he's doing right now or what he would have done. There's nobody else that would have there's nobody else that would have given you the chance to do what you're doing now or what you expected him to do.
Ocho, do you realize what they gave up to get him? Two first rounders. One of them was you give up that kind of numbers because there's an expectation. Right. You don't expect to be picking in the top 10, the top 5, which they picked, and you gave up Noah Fant. And you gave up a D lineman, and you gave up a quarterback, and you gave up a second and a third round pick, and 2 first rounders. And you think they would have gave that up for the production they got out of Russ, Ocho?
Hey, this is what you got to understand. The what they gave up for Russ is based on what they saw in the past on his resume. Sometimes when you get in a relationship, you envision one thing and it turned out to be another. But at some point, if you keep on working on it, if you keep on chopping at it, if you keep chopping on the bit and you keep on working on the way you want things to go, tonight is the results that you see from Russ. At some point, the tables are going to turn. At some point, what we thought between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson was a bad marriage, all of a sudden they go to therapy, they go to counseling, and the shit start turning goddamn beautiful. All you got to do is just keep on working, keep on chopping wood, and tonight is the results that you get when you just keep on working, put your head down, and just go.
What happens when you leave therapy?
Huh?
What happens when you leave therapy? You can't be in therapy always.
Listen, you don't got to be in therapy often, but you see the results of the night. Tonight is the results of when you go to therapy with your spouse. That's what you get. I see you, Russ. Keep on cooking, baby.